All his friends would say, stop whining, they've had enough of that. All his friends would say, stop hiding, there's other girls than that. They tried to set him up with Tiffany and Indigo, but there's something about Mary they just don't know. Mary, there's something about Mary. Tried my best at that. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J, and I'm hunting down another filming location. Today I come to the Fort Lauderdale and Miami region of South Florida for the comedy classic, the Farelley Brothers film, one of the funniest movies I remember from the 90s. You might remember it. There's Something About Mary, starring Matt Dillon, Cameron Diaz, Ben Stiller, Chris Elliott, and so many more. And we begin here in Plantation, Florida, a suburb of Fort Lauderdale. There's much ahead, my friends. Welcome to the town of Plantation. This is Plantation City Hall, which served as Cumberland High School. And there's something about Mary. Actually, the first 6 minutes and 30 seconds of the entire movie, that first scene was filmed right out here. This is pretty cool. Now, this stain is much larger on the tree, but those two poles over his left shoulder are right in that bus. You can see those in the distance. And check out this stain right here. Ben Stiller, opening shot, well, his first scene. Right there, the stain's still there. This matches up almost exact when he gets rejected by asking this girl to the prom in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Comes on the screen. Look at that, I'm matching it up almost exactly. There, more like that. And here it is today. That's awesome. The camera angle turns here. Check out the kids going into school back there, and the prom sign, the senior prom sign, hanging between those columns. The fountain is covered with a Christmas tree right now from the holidays, but there you go. And the first time we see Mary, Cameron Diaz coming around the corner on that 10 speed right here. This is the corner. You can make out the concrete on the bottom, but that van, that VW van you see sitting right there, would have been this parking spot here. She would have rolled right down here towards the front of the high school, which is right there on the right. As she's pulling in down there from the opposite angle, Ted and his friends are sitting there on the hood of the car, which would have been parked right here, wondering who she's going to the prom with. This is when Ben Stiller is telling his friends that he's going to the prom with Mary, and they don't believe him. And they were sitting right here in front of this tree. Here's the tree today. I matched up the tree because of the markings on the trunk, and it just makes sense because in the background you can clearly make out that pole in front of that bush. You see these lines that go across the trunk here above his head? Those are still there. Look at that. Yo ho, Ben Stiller. He was sitting right here. How about make it 100? I believe was his last line before they ended this scene. Now, this movie is from 1998. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that doesn't fly today. I'm just showing you the filming locations. It is an R-rated movie, so parental discretion advised, but this is where Warren popped the question. There's a squirrel over there right now, but the car would have been parked right here, and that's where, have you seen my baseball? Fill in the blank with the other word, but this is where that went down. You can make out the door right there in the screenshot, that couple and standing right there. And this moment right here, Ted trying to come to the rescue, Warren been pushed down by this guy. That would have been right here. They would all have been gathered here. The brawl, well, not the brawl, but the incident went down right there. You can make out this tree too. And then Mary enters the scene, coming to break things up. Cameron Diaz says, "Thanks, Ted." Them standing right here in front of this tree. And Ted says, "I couldn't believe it. She knew my name. Not even some of my best friends know my name." At the very beginning of the film, the first thing you see is the branches of this tree and those two musicians performing the song. Those branches, one of them is gone. I believe this one right here is where the drummer was sitting. Standing in the street where I think the movie crane would have been. Obviously they would have been shooting down pretty high up there to get that angle. But these musicians that you see performing throughout the movie are Tommy Larkins, that's Tommy Larkins on drums, and Jonathan Richman on the guitar in a band, a punk band. They were from a punk band called the New Lovers. Mary, there's just something about Mary. Right there. Freaking awesome. Welcome to Hollywood! Yes, Florida has a Hollywood too. Next filming location is just right around the corner. I'm driving here. Technically, we're in Pembroke, Florida. This is the driving range from Something About Mary. Several scenes took place here during the movie. If you're trying to find it, it is 2250 South Park Road. It's aged a bit since the movie, but you can tell by the sign here, it has the same name, Aqua Golf Range. Matt Dillon enters the scene right here at the Aqua Golf Range. There used to be a sign there, and that pole is long gone too, but that sign was right there, the red car parked there. Patrick Healy, one of my favorite characters, Matt Dillon. Mary would have been coming around the corner, her foot there to the left of the first stripe there on the first parking spot. Pat Healy sitting on the back of his Chrysler LeBaron, I believe. I think that's a LeBaron, correct me if I'm wrong, but the LeBaron was sitting where the Rogue was. And notice the building, the colors changed. The railing's the same, part of the railing's missing. The gate, same gate, but that was right here. They had that conversation. Again, Pat Healy's car parked where that Rogue is, and the dumpster would have been the Chrysler Durango that Mary drove. They had that whole entire conversation right here between these two parking spots. So here are the two spots that they were driving the golf balls. Mary would have been in this spot here. Matt Dillon, Patrick, right there. Notice that the automatic golf ball dispenser, which I always thought was cool, it's not there anymore, just that green division thing. Notice Mary is standing in front of this second pole, and there's only two poles behind her, so that lines up pretty well. And the camera angle switches, same scene. This bench can be clearly seen right behind Patrick. There's also a duck back there. No duck today, but the bench, it's right there, different color. Rewinding back to the first time we saw Mary at the driving range, notice the tree line out there. That tree line's still out there, but some of it's gone. Looks like there's some newer buildings. At the last scene shot here at the Aqua driving range, Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz are sitting right here having corn dogs. The location was easy to find. The table I matched up because you can tell by the tile, if you look near Ben Stiller's elbow, you can make out the same tile work as you see right there. That was very identifiable. But yeah, they would have been sitting right here having corn dogs. Geez, I really wish Cameron Diaz was sitting right here. There's just something about Mary. And there's a newspaper article from 1997 when they were filming out here. Looks like they did a local story. Stars come out to Pembroke. And I believe those are the Farelley Brothers there. And look, there's Matt Dillon sitting on his Chrysler LeBaron, which is just out to the left of here. That's where that was parked. So come on down to 2250 South Park Avenue. If you want to hit some golf balls where Mary did, and tell the owner David and Allison, tell them that Tampa J sent you. 16th Avenue in North Miami, actually 12100 Greenwich Studios, is where the Franks and Beans bathroom scene was filmed. Also inside Greenwich Studios, scenes from Ace Ventura and Wild Things. A little bit of Hollywood out here inside a Greenwich studio. It's just a normal street, but somewhere inside there you got the Franks and Beans scene. Probably one of the most hilarious parts of the movie. We all know what went on there. How did you get the beans above the Frank? It also looks like Greenwich Studios is for sale. Someone can buy where they filmed Something About Mary, Ace Ventura, and Wild Things, and many other films filmed right here in Miami. I found this filming location by pure luck. I was searching for it last night, gave up on it. There is no information on the internet about this, but 875 Northeast 125th Street, just down from Greenwich Studios, is where it happened. Confirmed by the shape of these windows and the address. I searched around Miami for this address. I did not find anything. Just by passing by in my car, this is when Warren, once the spacesuit, the pink outfit, and then decides when he walks past this window, he wants the cowboy outfit. So guess who's wearing the first outfit now? Right there is Ben Stiller, standing right here in the doorway. Notice the two lamps hanging there behind Ben Stiller's shoulder, right behind his head. These two light fixtures on the ceiling where the lights used to hang, and this rectangular opening confirms that this is the location. Got lucky with this one. Going to Miami, Big Willie style, Miami, Miami, Miami. That song was, hey, that was about the same time the movie came out. Will Smith, Big Willie style. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the historical neighborhood of Coral Gables. Right around the corner from here is our next filming location. Welcome to Mary's house, 3300 Granada Boulevard. Much has changed. There's a wall here now, but you can still make out the roof of the house. We got to be kind of quick because this is a very nice residential area with no sidewalks. I'm just kind of parked on the edge of the road here, but this is where one of the most hilarious scenes went down. This home is said to be was owned formerly by the Miami Dolphins quarterback Bob Greasy. The gates open over here. You can make out the house better. The chimney, the fireplaces are still in the right place. But there you go. And the bathroom scene, we all thought it was filmed inside there. Those interior scenes were filmed at Greenwich Studios. We got a bleeder! Right back there near the house. Wish we could get closer, but I think this is as close as anyone's gonna get. Entering Matheson and Marina Park on Biscayne Bay for our next filming location. I'm in this park to try to track down the location of this scene, the infamous flag football game. As Is She Really Going Out With Him plays in the background. I believe I've located the filming location. Actually, I think there's two filming locations out here. That flag football game went down right out here. Not precisely the spot yet, but right here at this beach next to this restaurant, behind the restaurant, where it went down. It's beautiful out here too. Wish I could stay for a while. Much has changed here, but I want to say this is the spot where Pat celebrates the touchdown and steps on top of Warren. Just because the concrete there and the palm trees, one of those palm trees might be the same one of the shot. It's just grown or just kind of changed. But in this vicinity, hard to match up because everything has changed, but this is where that infamous flag football game went down. It's so beautiful out here. Wish I could stay out here for a while, but I gotta keep going. There's actually a couple other filming locations right here along this beach. Right out here along this sea rock where this restricted area is. Too bad we can't go out there, but I think I'm in about the same spot where Warren hooked Ted's lip as he was about ready to kiss Mary. Warren would have been fishing out here somewhere on these rocks. The rocks, I did my best to match them up, but they've changed drastically. But this is the spot where Warren hooked Ted, right here in the middle of the sidewalk. Right before you get to the beach sits this restaurant. You have to walk past it, but this is the restaurant where Patrick Healy spies on Mary and her friends. Sarah Silverman sitting at that table as well. But inside there's a patio there. You can kind of see it in the screenshot or in the movie. I'm not going to go inside there because there's people eating, but this is where that went down. The Redfish Grill is reopened. It was closed down for quite some time because it was drastically damaged by Hurricane Irma back in 2017. Finally made it to downtown Miami. It took me a while to find a place to park. I finally just had to find a parking garage. The next filming location is behind that building over there. 701 Brickell Avenue, downtown Miami. Finally made it to the filming location. This staircase should look awfully familiar to you if you've seen There's Something About Mary. Also, this sculpture here, so cool to see up front. People are walking by because this is a trail. I don't know if you call it a river trail. I don't know if that's a river. I think that's just a canal. So right here in this spot is where Chris Elliott and Ben Stiller were hiding, lurking, and watching Mary, Patrick, and Warren up there on the steps. Franks and Beans, Franks and Beans. Notice the railing here. Mary and Patrick standing right there actually right here, and you can make out these glass blocks in this door of this building. It's about the same camera angle.
Mary! No, Mary! Stop! It's you!
Mary?
Who is that?
Mary, is that you? It is you.
It is you!
It's Ted. Ted from Rhode Island. Or Jay. Jay from Tampa. Ladies and gentlemen, safe to say that right there where that manhole cover is where Mary and Ted reunited. If you look at that palm tree in the middle by the bend, that's where the hot dog cart was sitting. And that's where the musicians played the song right after the scene. And if you've always wondered the name of this sculpture, there you go. Aqua. And it's bronze. To find Mary's apartment, you have to come to the corner of Bayshore and Northeast 20th. This photo of this tragic accident helped me find the location of Mary's house. Obviously, this is Mary's house. You can tell by the balcony. Now, you see this crane boom sticking out of the backside of the house? Well, this horrible accident took place right here when they were constructing this building. And the home was tucked away right here on the corner. Actually, that fire hydrant is the fire hydrant you see in the movie. If not, it's in the same location. It's been replaced, but tragically the crane boom fell on the home. Oh, and I hate to say this, but it killed 2 people that were inside the house, Mary's apartment. So that's long gone, but it stretches, this block stretches down to 20th Street, and all this is fairly new. But the scene took place, several scenes took place right down this road here. Healy would have been parked here along this side of the road. You can make out the chain outside the window of his car there. One of these right here, I'd say about this angle, because you can make out this peak here at the end, this stretch here, right there out on the water. You can make that out right there in the screenshot. So here's the screenshot, the full screenshot, the only full screenshot you see of the house. And there's something about Mary. And here's where I think that was. Notice the fire hydrant there. And that matches up with that tragic photo I showed you just a moment ago. So yep, Mary's apartment, Mary's house. She shared it with old lady Magda, and that crazy dog. Those scenes were so hilarious. Oh my God. Love the dog scenes. Okay, Mary's right here behind this pole. She's coming out of the door. Notice this fire hydrant. It kind of shows you where the front door of the house used to be, right behind this sign of this building. I just have to point out the construction site where the crane boom fell onto the house. Its address is 2020. Oh my gosh, I just got like goosebumps. And then over here, there was a gentleman out on a dock on a boat. He reminded me of Skipper, kind of Captain Carl from Pee Wee Herman a little bit. He was out there on the dock and Mary tossed him an apple. She was so sweet, so sweet. And you can make out this building and this seawall in that scene behind the dock there, behind Mary and the old man. Mary pulls off just like this truck here in her Dodge Durango, not a Toyota. But you can see that building in the background, the furthest one to the left. You can see almost the whole entire building in the movie, but much has changed along with that seawall. Those pylons, some of those pylons are still down there, but it's just the seawall now. So much has changed, but about right here, those pylons, not there, just the seawall anymore, but they do continue down that way. And you can make out this building here in the screenshot, but Ben Stiller would have been parked right there on the street, and that's when Mary came outside and called him back because he forgot his keys after Ben had just said goodbye and left her with Brett Favre.
Dad! You got your keys.
This moment happens. Jonathan Richmond gets shot by the skipper man, who's only with Magna to get to Mary.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
My girl, he's kissing.
He shoots Jonathan Richmond, but he falls over the wall there, over the chain at that time. It's the weekend, it's Miami Beach, I could barely find parking, but I did. I'm gonna have to walk a long way to this next filming location though. Oh yeah, we're definitely in Miami. Check out the Lambo. It's awesome. Talk about a big egg in between these buildings. This is just an alleyway. I had to stop and show you this. Holy cow. It's one big wave up. Dang. People are taking pictures with it too. Alright, this is more like it. Welcome to South Beach, my friends. Just up ahead to the right, one of these old retro hotels you would see in Grand Theft Auto's Vice City. That's what this reminds me of. One of those old hotels is our next filming location. At 1300 Ocean Drive sits the Cardozo Hotel. And this is the hotel that Ted stayed right before he went on that date. Yes, my friends, this is where the hair gel happened. I won't go into the whole scene, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the most funniest parts of the movie. Again, trying to keep this PG, maybe a little PG-13 today. Now, I believe it was filmed inside, and I think if you look out the window in that scene, they're at ground level. And you notice these windows, how they're shaped on the edge there, this Art Deco, this beautiful Art Deco. Not sure, but if I had to guess, that room right there is where the hair gel scene went down, right here in the courtyard. I'm trying to be quick, so I'm actually on hotel property. But that window matches up with this screenshot. Here's the Cardozo from the movie. Kind of at this angle here, notice the windows, the flagpole, and the other hotel to the right. And here we are today. Not much has changed. I love it. Look at that. It's a busy street out here. They've only opened it to pedestrians because of social distancing. The road's blocked, so people are free to move down the street here on Ocean Drive. Done a lot of hiking around Miami today. I believe I'm 8 hours into this video. And of course, I gotta edit it still. I'm having a great time. I really like making filming locations. If you've been watching a while, you know I've done quite a few. There is a filming locations playlist on my YouTube page. So if you want to see other ones, if it's your first time here, go check out that playlist. Welcome to Flagler Avenue in downtown Miami. The Metropolitan Cultural Center is our next filming location. I'm yelling because there's a lot of traffic and I have my mask on. Sorry. The scene begins as you see Mary and Pat walk in between these palm trees. They're going to an event. Mary actually had a surprise. She lays the surprise on him right here. Notice these two windows and that palm tree. That matches up pretty well today. Those people in the background just kind of standing there. And then they take the corner right here in front of the Metro Dade Cultural Center sign. You can see that clearly in the movie. And there's also a banner for the Architect event right there. And this is where Pat meets Tucker. And as we know, Tucker is in love with Mary too. Tucker's real name is Norm. My name's Norm, man. I'm just a pizza delivery boy. All the characters in this movie are just absolutely hilarious. Oh yeah, you can tell right away it happened here. Look at the tile. Look at the tile. Look at the tile. Let's see where Tucker met Pat. Everything's changed but the floor almost. But I'd say, if you look right there, that model where they come up to and the whole scene goes down is about right here. That's my guess. That's my best bet. Take it or leave it. But it definitely went down right here in this vicinity. Standing in the same vicinity from this camera angle, you can definitely make out this building right here. See the roof there? That is right there. That is actually the History Miami Museum, the South Building. In this vicinity. Let's say about this spot. Alright. Gotta head back down. Get back to my car. Thanks for joining me, everyone, for the filming locations, the Miami Fort Lauderdale filming locations for There's Something About Mary. I hope you had a fun time tracking those down with me. Now, the Rhode Island filming locations I obviously didn't include because I wasn't in Rhode Island, but maybe one day I'll be able to go up and check those out. I am Tampa J. I love making videos, especially filming locations. And I love when you tag along. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. That being said, this video is over. It's time for me to leave the city of Miami. I had a great time today. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Give it one of those right down there. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Whether it's a filming location, a roadside attraction, the back roads of Florida, and beyond, I hope to see you there. Even though this one's over, it's gonna be another one. There's much ahead, my friends. All his friends would say, stop whining. They've had enough of that. All his friends would say, stop hiding. There's other girls than that. But they tried to set him up with Tiffany and Indigo. But there's something about Mary they just don't know. Mary, there's something about Mary. Tried my best at that. I'm waiting for the monorail to go by. They look like buses, but technically, oh wait, that's the train. There's the subway. But there's also a monorail track, the lower one there. I'm waiting for it to happen. I heard something come, but I think it's an airplane. Yeah, definitely an airplane. Right up there. Oh boy. Looks like it just took off from the Miami International Airport. I think I hear it coming. There it goes. Isn't that awesome? We did it. Okay, there it went. There went the monorail. Video over.